Did you know that the moment you step foot in an airport, you're entering a carefully designed maze of psychological tricks and hidden operations? Right now, as you're watching this video, there are passengers around the world unknowingly falling for tactics that airlines and airports have perfected over decades. Some of these secrets will surprise you, others might shock you, and by the end of this video, you'll never look at air travel the same way again. Let me start with something that's probably happening to you right now if you're watching this at an airport. You found what looks like the perfect spot near your gate. Free seating, a charging station for your phone, maybe even decent Wi-Fi. You think you've hit the jackpot, but here's what you don't realize. That prime real estate you just claimed might actually be a surveillance goldmine. Airport authorities strategically position certain seating areas to maximize their ability to monitor passengers. We're talking about sophisticated observation systems that go far beyond what meets the eye. While you're scrolling through social media or catching up on emails, advanced monitoring technology is capturing behavioral patterns, recording conversations, and building detailed profiles of passenger activities. This strategy is called dwell time maximization, and it's borrowed directly from casino design principles. The longer you spend wandering around the airport, the more likely you are to make impulse purchases. Think about it. When was the last time you took a direct path from security to your gate? Probably never. You're forced to walk past dozens of shops, restaurants, and duty-free stores, each one strategically positioned to catch your eye when you're most vulnerable. But here's where it gets really sneaky. Airlines deliberately underestimate boarding and travel times to create artificial urgency. They'll tell you to arrive 2 hours early for domestic flights, knowing full well that most passengers will clear security in 30 minutes. This creates what psychologists call manufactured time pressure, where you feel rushed but actually have hours to kill. And what do you do with all that extra time? You spend money. The average passenger spends $43 per hour in airport retail areas, and this isn't accidental. Every single element of the airport environment is designed to encourage spending while you wait. Let's talk about something even more manipulative: dynamic pricing strategies that most passengers never notice. You know how airline prices seem to change randomly? There's nothing random about it. Airlines use sophisticated algorithms that track your browsing behavior, location, device type, and even the time of day you're searching. Here's a trick that will blow your mind. Clear your browser cookies and search for the same flight in an incognito window. You'll often find different prices, sometimes hundreds of dollars apart. Airlines create artificial scarcity by showing limited seats available, even when the plane is nearly empty. They're banking on your fear of missing out to drive immediate purchases. But the psychological manipulation doesn't stop at booking. Let's examine what happens when you actually board the plane. Have you ever wondered why first-class passengers board first, walking past hundreds of economy seats? This isn't about convenience. It's a deliberate strategy to create what behavioral economists call status anxiety. Airlines want every economy passenger to see exactly what they're missing. Those wide seats, the extra legroom, the personal attention from flight attendants. It's designed to make you feel uncomfortable with your purchase decision and more likely to upgrade on future flights. Some airlines have even started boarding first-class passengers through separate jetways just to walk them past economy passengers before takeoff. Speaking of seating, let's decode the airline seating scam that most passengers fall for every single time. Airlines have systematically made economy seats smaller and more uncomfortable. Not because they have to, but because discomfort drives revenue. The average economy seat has shrunk by 2 inches in width and 4 inches in legroom over the past 30 years. This creates what the industry calls unbundling opportunities. They've taken features that used to be standard, like choosing your seat, bringing a carry-on bag, or getting a meal, and turned each one into a separate revenue stream. You're not just buying a ticket anymore, you're being nickeled and dimed for every aspect of the flying experience that used to be included. Here's something that will really surprise you. Those middle seats that everyone hates? Airlines keep them deliberately uncomfortable because passengers will pay extra to avoid them. It's not that they can't make middle seats more bearable. They choose not to because passenger discomfort equals profit. Let's dive into airport food pricing, because this is where the manipulation gets absolutely outrageous. You've probably noticed that airport food costs 2 to 3 times more than identical items outside the airport. Airlines and airports justify this by claiming higher rent and operational costs, but the real reason is much more psychological. They know you're a captive audience with limited options and time constraints. You can't leave to find cheaper food, and you're often hungry or thirsty after long security lines. This creates what economists call inelastic demand, where price becomes almost irrelevant because you need the product, regardless of cost. But here's the really devious part. Airports strategically limit food options near gates while concentrating expensive restaurants in central areas. They force you to choose between overpriced convenience or walking significant distances while carrying luggage. Most passengers choose convenience, and airports count on this predictable behavior. Now let's talk about something that affects millions of passengers but rarely gets discussed: the deliberate complexity of airline policies. Have you ever tried to understand airline change fees, baggage policies, or reward program rules? They're intentionally confusing because confusion prevents you from making informed decisions. Airlines use what psychologists call cognitive overload to discourage passengers from comparing options or understanding their rights. The more complex the rules, the more likely you are to just accept whatever you're told without questioning it. This is why airline customer service representatives often give different answers to the same question. Here's a perfect example. Most passengers don't know they're entitled to compensation for flight delays or cancellations in many situations. Airlines don't advertise these rights because informing passengers would cost them millions in compensation payments. They count on passenger ignorance to avoid paying what they legally owe. Let's examine the psychological warfare happening in airline lounges and priority boarding systems. These aren't just amenities. They're carefully constructed status symbols designed to create artificial hierarchies among passengers. Airlines want you to feel like you're missing out on exclusive experiences that are actually quite ordinary. Priority boarding is especially manipulative because it provides no real benefit beyond psychological satisfaction. You're still sitting in the same seat, eating the same food, and arriving at the same time as everyone else. But airlines have convinced millions of passengers to pay extra for the privilege of standing in line slightly earlier. The most shocking revelation is how airlines use emotional manipulation during flight disruptions. When your flight is delayed or canceled, airline employees are trained to use specific language patterns that make passengers feel like the problem is beyond anyone's control. They'll blame weather, air traffic control, or mechanical issues while rarely taking responsibility for poor planning or understaffing. This deflection strategy reduces passenger anger and limits compensation claims. Airlines know that frustrated passengers are less likely to demand their rights if they believe the situation is truly unavoidable. Meanwhile, many delays are actually caused by airline operational decisions that prioritize cost savings over passenger convenience. Here's what you can do to protect yourself from these manipulation tactics. Always search for flights in incognito mode, compare prices across multiple platforms, and never book immediately unless you're certain about the price. Understand your passenger rights, especially regarding delays and cancellations. Pack strategically to avoid baggage fees and consider bringing your own food and entertainment. Most importantly, recognize that airlines view you as a profit opportunity, not a valued customer. Every interaction is designed to extract maximum revenue while providing minimum service. Once you understand this fundamental truth, you can make more informed decisions and avoid falling for their psychological tricks. The next time you fly, pay attention to these manipulation tactics in action. You'll be amazed at how obvious they become once you know what to look for. I want to hear from you. Which of these perks surprised you the most? Share your experiences in the comments. Your stories help other senior travelers know what to expect. Safe travels.